it finally happened. We had some snow, and it was a fair amount of snow. I think we were scheduled to get like maybe, I can't remember. It changed so much so often. At 1 hour you would hear it was like anywhere from 4 to 6, and then it was 6 to 10, then it was up to 15 inches of snow. So it wasn't our first snow of the year, but it was our first big snow, and I just in time got the tires on my car. I work outside, and I didn't bring my GoPro or anything, and that's just fine because GoPros, you know, action cameras, they really don't have that good like depth of range. I mean, they're okay for, you know, this close or whatever. There's a lot better cameras, especially in low light conditions. I actually just switched over to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I saw an opportunity. I wanted to use my phone, but at nighttime and with all the overlays and everything, I decided to use my PDR. So thankfully I had the PDR installed in the car. I still stand by my decision that if I order another new Camaro, it will not have it in it, but it's a good thing it did have it this time. This is what my car looked like when I came out of work. I was at work, so kind of got to be careful about what I film, what I don't, because, you know. And I had my uniform on, so I didn't want to film myself as well. So basically all it was just me driving home. And I used the PDR to actually kind of verify that I was actually in my Camaro and not faking it or anything, because I didn't want to vlog with, you know, hey, what's up guys. I was down by Des Moines International Airport, and we just got, I don't remember how much snow we actually got. I think it was like anywhere from like 6 to 8 inches is what fell on the road. But I'm going to play the video for you, and I'm going to do a voiceover, and I'll walk you through. I'm not going to show you the whole ride home because most of it's kind of boring, but we had a couple encounters. I did get stuck once. Camaro got itself out, but I did get stuck, I did get hung up, and you're gonna see the all-season tires that I picked out work pretty awesome. And keep in mind when you're watching this video, there's no additional weight in the trunk, it's just the car. I wanted to test the car out. I didn't know I was gonna really throw it into this bad of a situation right out of the gate, but I wanted to test the car out because the magnetic ride, and I didn't want to damage, you know, the magnetic ride when you're just throwing a couple 100 pounds in the trunk of a car to try to get the, you know, the rear tires to dig in. So I wanted to see how the car handled, but I'm telling you, the nannies in this car, they're outstanding, and everything is kind of coming together about why the car is the way it is, and this is the total package of I kind of understand more so now of why that snow and ice mode in the mode selector it even exists. It's just, I still didn't use it. I still keep my car in track mode just because it was that intense of a situation. I drive my car in track mode every day, and I wanted to keep everything predictable and the way I'm used to driving it. So trust me, the snow videos are not done. I cannot believe how good of a car this is in the snow. I had a 2008 Silverado, maybe going back 8-10 years. Had a 2008 Silverado, I had a 2002 Oldsmobile, I had a 2018 Malibu, and I think that's it for all my winter vehicles in the past, and it's better than all of them. I felt more comfortable, more stable, more everything, but yeah, we'll get to that later. I'm gonna do a voiceover, so let's get into the video and tell me what you guys think. Guys, first off, I wanted to say it was late at night. I was like on edge, and this is a new setup tire combo I have never seen online, and it was completely new territory to me. And as you can see, it snowed quite a bit, and the car's handling it really awesome. But anyways, the moisture and, you know, everything builds up on the windshield, and I try to use my wipers the best I can, but sometimes I forget, so I apologize in advance. But look at this. I mean, we ended up with, I think that, to me, that looks like 6 to 8 inches of snow, maybe. But this car, it handled the snow so well. And at 245, the smaller, you know, look at that, man. Ooh, it'd been snowing all day, so the plows had time to get out, kind of. I mean, there was points in the day where it was coming down so hard and so fast. I mean, it's really hard to keep up at that point, but that 245 is so, it's right on that sweet spot. It's skinny enough to be kind of like the perfect, you know, being able to like cut through the snow. Look at that. And when you're driving through stuff like that right there, like I just did, the main thing that I'm concerned about at that point is the front splitter. So the speed limit right here, I think, is like a 45 or 50 miles an hour alone. So the car's handling it really well, and I'm almost up to, you know, the speed limit itself. So I was blown away, impressed, but at this point I was still very, very nervous, and I was gun shy, and I wanted to see how, you know, how the car is going to handle everything. So, like I said, I drive my car in track mode, so I didn't want to change anything. You see that there in the lower left-hand corner? That's traction control. That's, you don't see that a whole lot throughout this video. So around the corners, I was getting a little bit more bold, and I wanted to push it. So there it is right there. I wanted to see if the car would let me get sideways, but the nannies won't. That's the best part about this traction control system. As you're gonna see here, I'm gonna make a right-hand turn, shouldn't have, and boom, I got high centered. Did I ask for it? Kind of, but I mean, this is my only way home. You're gonna see the headlights cut out. I wanted to get out of the car. My mind went to my mind went straight away to get out of the car and get a thumbnail shot, but I didn't want to jump out in traffic with the, you know, the snowy weather, and I didn't want to jump out and make a scene with my uniform on. There you go. I had to turn the car back on. So I had to turn StabiliTrak, traction control, everything off. So I went to the rock method. I kind of got out, looked, and I saw that I was just a tad bit high center, just enough to lift the wheels off the ground. But here I am rocking back and forth. I think the third time is a charm. I think right there, when I saw that the car move back that much, I knew I'd had its ass. So you're gonna see me rock it back one more time, and right there, that's when I knew I was good. So I was gonna go and just go for it once you feel the car move. Hey, who knew you can get 53 miles an hour in the first gear out of your car? So here, after I got on the highway, man, there was so much snow packed in the wheels. It was riding, it was shaking and riding like a carnival ride. So I didn't want to go too fast right away. I wanted to make sure all the snow got flung out of the wheels, which it didn't. But I mean, that's all right. That's to be expected. At least I got out. At this point, I was feeling very good about the tire setup. I was feeling very good about the car. I was impressed. You can floor it. You can kind of, it's kind of forgiving. It was a lot more forgiving than I thought it was going to be. So here's a Toyota front wheel drive car. I didn't want to fly around anybody. One, I didn't want to push it. And as you can see on the left hand side here, there is a semi that got, I don't know, I can't explain that one, but he got over a little bit too far and ended up eating it right in the shoulder. So he got hung up, and there's a hard turn right here to merge onto another section of interstate. So I wanted to move past them, but not like abruptly or aggressively. So, and also, as you can see, I was on ice. Still, the car is, you know, it's really stable at this point. These vertical lines of bleeding color, you can see that this PDR is just, it's a piece. You can see, I mean, it's a good example of why I hate it. But as I'm merging onto this interstate up, you can't see it yet, but there's a big pile of snow. And at this point, I kind of just had to commit and just freaking go for it. The Toyota was still next to me, right there. Boom! I was so impressed. The car just handled it. I didn't have any you know, real loud noises. I had to get over for that car to merge onto the interstate as well, but I didn't have any problems as far as like the splitter dragging. Now the part that makes me nervous of driving this car would be like refreeze. Now if that had refrozen and like I'd hit that and it had been ice, that would have wasted my splitter, and I'd have to price that, but I think it's almost $1,000. But as you can see, I mean, I got up, you know, the speed limit's 65 here, so I'm almost up to speed, and the car is handling it no problem. Now, before I hear about it, and I know everyone's saying, oh, there's, you know, snow on the hood and everything, you don't want to really get aggressive with the ice and everything, simply because that matte black finish is only a wrap. It's just vinyl, and you don't want to scratch it, because once it's scratched or you ruin the finish on it at all, it is what it is. It's in there forever, and that's the way it looks. So I just basically brushed the snow out of the way just so I can, you know, get visibility to see, and that's good enough. Whatever heat generates from under the hood, I let that melt and let the ice slide off. I've had this car for probably going on 16, 17 months now, and the wrap looks perfect. Looks brand new, just the way I got it the day I got it. So as you can see, there's, you know, it's a Camaro SS 1LE, keeping up, actually passing SUVs, traffic on the interstate, and the car is 100% rock steady. Like I said, I had a 2018 Malibu to a LT. I can't remember the trim level on it, but it was nicely equipped. Had everything but leather. And this car handles better than that. It is more predictable. The manual transmission is it's a lot more direct, so it's you just have more control over it, and I just felt more comfortable in this vehicle. It's a lot more predictable. There we go. Good job, Andrew, using your wipers. I think here's a maintainer. No, that's a record. It's a tow truck. Gotta add an accident up here. A lot more accidents than I thought. It's pretty common around here, especially when you have this kind of a snowfall, but I'm very, very pleased. Very, very pleased. I think at this point I got all the snow flung out of the wheels. Everything was stable. I'm gonna get off the interstate here in just a little bit, and then I'm gonna end recording, simply because I'm heading home and I don't want to put that on the internet. But the nannies are, I understand why they are the way they are now. I wish that I could have easier access to turn them off instantly, but very, very pleased. The nannies in this car, you can floor it, you can punch it, you can yank the wheel or whatever. As long as you have StabiliTrak on, the car will fight tooth and nail to keep going straight. I am very, very pleased. I'm impressed, and like I said, there's another car in the ditch. But it's stable. I mean, it can keep up with anything out there. I'm gonna put it to the test. This isn't done, but definitely impressed. I think here's another person, I can't remember. Either broke down or maybe hit that semi. But I did have, you'll see here as I get off the interstate, and I mean, this is to be expected with any vehicle. It's kind of like water. When you hit a standing puddle of water and there's too much and it can't disperse from underneath the tire, it will lift the vehicle. But you'll see I kind of went 50, and I was a little bit too comfortable with the car at this point, but 50, and I had to like jam on the brakes because the car was wanting to freaking go everywhere, which you can see that. Which I should have known better. That was a little bit too much snow, but yeah, first drive. I was very, very impressed, and I I don't see the need to buy another vehicle. This is kind of the point where I was kind of impressed of, this is where I am happy that I bought the Camaro instead of the Corvette because of the ground clearance. I think I could have did this in the Corvette, but don't think that it wouldn't have been it. I mean, the Camaro handled it way better, way more easy, and I got everything that the Corvette had in the Grand Sport, but I think I got a little more. I think the Camaro was just a better car to buy, and I think I bought the right car. So anyways, I'm about ready to head home. I don't really want to put that on the internet, so let's get back to the video. So I can't convey in a single message of just, words of how impressed I was with the car. I was scrambling around trying to buy something for right about the price I bought the wheels and tires for, and with COVID-19 just ramping the used car market up so bad, so fast, so high, I decided to it was good for the channel, it was good for content, and it turned out to be the best decision I ever made, because now I have the wheels and I can buy any tire I want from here on out. So these snow shenanigans are far from over. I'm actually kind of impressed. I want to see how far we can take this. So I wanted to take it outside today. It was just so foggy and so cloudy. That, and they have all the streets already plowed. So I'm gonna have to drive around. I have to find some snow. I'm gonna find some fresh powder for us to freaking push the limits in, see what we can do with this car. So other than that, hope you guys are having an awesome day. Don't forget to subscribe. Give this thing a big thumbs up, and I will definitely catch you guys on the next one. Thank you. See ya.